Hi there, I'm Ben, and welcome to my 100% guide for the first story DLC from Bioshock Infinite. That's Burial at Sea, Episode 1. We're going to be getting every single trophy in this DLC. Think of this as a supplement to my Let's Platinum guide for the main game. You can see the first video for that in the top corner now. We're going to get every single trophy in this one video. This is part 1 of 1. Just over an hour, but yes, I've cut out all of the story stuff apart from at the beginning here. So it is just the gameplay and exactly what you need to do. I'm going to show you everything. There are 10 trophies to get in this, 3 of which are story related, so there's no need to go over those. So yeah, we're definitely going to get those. Audio Enthusiast for collecting all of the audio diaries, of which there are 17. You may notice I said audio diaries then, and not voxophones. That's because we aren't up in Colombia anymore. You're going to get to see that reveal in a minute for yourself. Probably spoil it there, but hey ho. Fully equipped, which is for purchasing 2 upgrades for either Old Man Winter, which is a new Vigor, or I suppose it will be a Plasmid now that we're down in Rapture again. And then, the Radar Range, which is a new weapon and really quite strange. That is amazing. When I first saw this and we came out there, it was just like being home again. It made me realise how much I actually missed Rapture as opposed to being in Colombia. This is probably the game I would have wanted. I don't know. Anyway, going off course there. Next we have Confirmed Luddite, which is for destroying 10 turrets. There are exactly 10 turrets in this DLC, but you can just keep killing the same one over and over again if you like. I will be showing you where all 10 are, so there's no need to do that. But if you have missed any, then you can just keep doing the last one over and over again. Cook and Serve, which is for make 5 enemies explode with radar range. That's going to be towards the end. That's the new weapon. There's a good old Big Daddy. This first bit here, here's our first audio log. It's kind of an introduction. There's not much going on. It's kind of setting the scene. The first sort of 15 minutes maybe this video is in this section where it's all nice and lovely and there's people around. Right, onto the trophies again. Chain Reaction, which is for damaging 15 enemies with an exploded enemy from a radar range. Basically, radar range cooks enemies and makes them explode. You need to damage 15 enemies with one of those. Not one of those, but with several explosions. Yeah, I'll go over that again later on. Break the Ice. That's for shattering 5 enemies while they have been frozen with Old Man Winter, which is basically Ice Blast version or Vigor. Snowball Effect, which is for freeze 2 enemies with the same Old Man Winter trap. That's very easily done as soon as you get it. Yeah, and then that's it. So that's it. That's all 10. We've got the 3 story trophies as well. So just skip this bit here. Yeah, it's very simple. All you need to remember really to go along with are the 2 collectible types, let's say turrets and audio diaries. There are infusions. There are 4. Put them in whatever you want. And there are 10 gear as well. It's up to you whether you pick them up. I'm on easy here. You can play on any difficulty. Don't worry about that. It's we've done 1999 mode in the main game, so we're taking a bit of a break here. We've got to do 1998 mode in the next DLC. So yeah, we're taking a bit of break, doing it on easy. So don't worry about that. Just get it done. Yeah, you can see this video is like an hour long. It's probably about 2 hours with all the cutscenes and maybe a bit of running around and stuff. Yeah, not very long at all. So this is the main aim of this first section. We need to get into Cohen's private party here. You may remember Cohen if you played Bioshock 1. He's the crazy artist. So I'm just going to skip this bit here. But essentially we need to go and find a mask to get into that party. There are 3 different shops we need to sort of, I suppose it's break into the back of them. Rapture Records, Golden Rule, which we're going to do first here, and then Artist Struggle. Now I'm going to get it in, I believe it's gold, Rapture Records I get it in, You can do them in any order, it doesn't matter which one, it's always going to be in the last one. So yeah, you have to visit all three, unfortunately. There's nothing to actually find in any of them, so we're just going to be going through the motions at this point. But you basically just speak to the shopkeeper. Elizabeth will keep them distracted while you go and have a look in the back. There's no fail state or anything like that. You're free to just wander around and have a look, see if you can find it. So you're going to find one of these mask cases in each place. So whichever one you visit last will have the mask in. They all have a case in them. Yeah, and that's pretty much it for this starting bit. There's not much to loot either, because there's lots of people around. That's not really derelict or anything yet. There is the occasional bit. We're going to see Elizabeth go all crazy. There we go. Let's go. Right, we're going to actually get an audio diary. This is not one of the three places we need to visit. This is the watched clock here. So we're going to go into the kitchen right at the back. And we're going to find audio diary number 3. This is also going to give us the code for the next one. So here you can see the code there. We've got 2076. We just walked past the door. We need to use that code on. Yeah, Elizabeth in this one, I don't know what it is, but she does bump into you and get in the way a lot. So you're going to see it later on. I actually have to cut a bit out because I get stuck because she doesn't move. So yeah, quite annoying actually in this one. She does do all the regular stuff from the main game as well, open tears, lockpicks, and throw you stuff when you need it. But yeah, she just seems to walk in front of you a lot more. So yeah, there we go, 2076, you open the door and you're going to grab this audio diary here. And yeah, so that is us done with regards to collectibles in this first area. We've just got to visit those extra 2 shops and just go through the motions basically. Just have a look around, explore. It's very nice to see it all intact. People around. Quite a treat. So this is Artist Struggle. Same again. Go in, speak to the guy, get Elizabeth to distract him.
But of course, right away. Interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, no need to be quiet. Just wander straight past. And go and have a look. So it will be empty. This is where I got it in my practice run. I did this one last and it was here. So that's how I know. So I can definitely confirm that is how it works. So if you were to go to Rapture Records first, it wouldn't be there. So yeah, not much to do at all here. With regards to scrounging and getting money, I would advise doing it as much as possible. Obviously, there's not much to find here. There is in the back rooms, but elsewhere there's not anything in the bins or anything like that. When we do get to the regular Rapture style derelict everything, then you can start scrounging. I would do as well. We do need to purchase 2 upgrades. Things are pretty cheap. There's the mask. Things are pretty cheap with regards to upgrades and things like that in this this DLC. But you may find yourself needing to buy some ammo as well, at least early on. So yeah, because you want to get as much ammo as you can for the radar range as well. You don't want to run out for that. So yeah, scrounge a lot, just see what there is. And yeah, you don't want to run out. The main thing as well, another thing we're going to be looking for is lockpicks. In the first area, not this first area, the first bit when the DLC actually kicks in properly. Yeah, lockpicks are kind of rare, and we do need 6 to open, 3 to open a safe and 3 to open a back room, which both had collectibles in that we need to go and find. I will show you and I will tell you where all the lockpicks that I found are. So yeah, make sure you're picking lockpicks up. They're going to help you out. So we're able to get in the party here. This is just, again, going through the motions. I'm not going to skip it here. I will cut shortly though, because I'm still in control, so I might as well show you here. But yeah, we're going into one of these crazy modern art style parties. I don't know what, that's a weird jump that. It seems like I edit that, but it doesn't. It's just the way the light kicks in on that final rabbit. So essentially what we're going to do here is we're going to go down. Cohen's going to freak out, and then you can speak to him once he's got his head in his hands, and then go and dance with Elizabeth, and then the scene will cut. There'll be a big section where you're going through Rapture in the water in the Bathysphere, and yeah, I'm not going to show all that. I'm going to cut here and cut straight to the good stuff. So eventually you'll end up here. So you don't worry, you've not missed anything. I've not cut anything important out there. You're basically going through a sort of scripted section. You kind of get knocked out, and you end up down here. And this first bit again is just scrounging. It's getting you into. It's another introduction section. There's a lot of introduction in this DLC of not really doing much for such a short DLC as well. There will be enemies shortly, obviously. Pretty cool to see some crabs in here, to be honest. Makes it feel a bit more alive. So, of course, Fontaine is back. Yeah, so I'm looking here as the kinetoscope. They're not needed for anything, obviously. You can take a peek in there. And we're just going to scrounge around. Nothing, nothing, nothing. And then we're going to get the sky hook in a minute. There is a hook up here. That's how we need to get across. Weirdly, they kind of forced the sky hook in here. I would have been fine without it, to be honest. But it's hanging from this guy here. There we go. And Elizabeth's going to pick one up as well. You don't use it often, and it's just kind of weird that it is in here. And then we're going to go across to see our first enemies, and this is going to be the introduction to the main vigor. I'm calling it a plasmid. We're in Rapture, it's a plasmid now. There we go. Old Man Winter. Basically it freezes water and enemies, but we do need it to freeze water so we can move on. That's the main point. So we're going to be killing these two. Obviously we're going to get the airstrike here. I'm pretty sure that was a headshot, but this guy is tough. So I'm on easy as well. He should not have been taking 3 rounds. And he disappeared. And yeah, so we're going to get the first trophy here, which will be down into the Briney. I think we have got it. I've cut it out, but you will get it. It was either in that first ride from Cohen's place, or it's here. I forget which one it's cut out of. I can imagine actually it's probably in the Cohen section, because we're already in the Briney. Either way, we're taking this lift up to get to the tram eventually, but our place is going to be, our way is going to be frozen, needs to be frozen so we can move on. So here we are. Now we're getting into it. So yeah, that's quite a lot of, what are we on, nearly 15 minutes, and we're only just getting into it. And there's only 40, well, what, an hour, not an hour, sorry, 50 minutes left. Yes, you can see I'm out of ammo already, so you will need to, early on at least, purchase ammo. It's going to be a problem. But if we're on easy, if you're on easy like I am, then you could probably just melee everyone. There's a piece of gear here, we'll be getting that later on, if you're wondering. And this is the way we need to go. Kind of waiting around because Elizabeth is doing a whole speech thing. You can't move on. You need to get her to pick that lock. But she's just saying, let's go and get this Old Man Winter.
this as any to look for our new friend.
Nope, still can't do it.
So we go up.
Might as well have a look around. There we go. Right, so while she's picking that, I'm just going to run over and get some ammo. There is a vending machine. We're free to use vending machines as well. That's a novelty. Not been able to do that in most of the Let's Platinums. So yeah, it is cheap. It's very cheap. So still get all the money you can find though. We will be getting more weapons as well. Obviously there's the machine guns here, the shotguns here, the carbines here, and then we have radar range as well. So we will be getting more, and there is more ammo as well. It's just this early section. So you want to get a trap ready for this bit and get all 4 at once. That makes makes the ammo situation a bit better. We'll be going in there in a moment. Daily Bread. It's a bar. I think it's a bar, restaurant, same thing. We do need a lockpick. I'm going to show you where 2 are right now. And obviously I'm going to highlight exactly where they are, because you want to be picking all of the lockpicks up. In this first bit, once you travel with the tram, then you can't backtrack, but at this point you're able to backtrack anywhere. So there was the first turret. Do not possess the turrets. That doesn't count as... if the enemies kill them, that doesn't count. So make sure you're the one destroying the turret. You'll see it get marked off anyway. So that was 1 of 10. Like I said, you can just keep using the same one over and over again. There's no need to, but if you really wanted to, you can. That was a bad shot. So lockpick on the right there, you can see it. There we go, make sure to get that. And then grab the audio diary in here. And whatever else we can find. That's... oh, I thought it was what? I thought it was a corpse. I don't think it was it? It was a mannequin. Wait for the shot. This is where Elizabeth's going to get me stuck. Another lockpick here on the left on the table. Get that as well. And there's a piece of gear in here. Not needed for anything, but I mean, they're helpful, I suppose. The last few are where you get sort of elemental damage on your weapons. That's pretty cool. So I'm coming here to have a look to see if there's anything. Elizabeth is completely blocking the way out, so I'm going to cut here, but eventually I had to shoot to get an enemy's attention so Elizabeth would move out of the way. I was probably there for about 30 seconds. She was not having it. So yeah, be aware that she is good. It's like she just runs in front of you all the time. You'll see it happen a lot. Right, that's the way we need to go, but before that we're going to go into Daily Bread. I think there's a diary, an infusion, a turret, and a piece of gear in there, so it's well worth obviously going in there. But we do need that 1 lockpick, so we're just down to 1 now.
Elizabeth?
Give me a second.
Might as well have a look around while waiting. Is she stuck again? Elizabeth, there she's stuck. There she comes. I don't know what the AI is doing on this one. It seems completely different. Bit of ammo, definitely need that. And here's the machine gun, or the Tommy gun. Same thing. It is actually they do handle differently. The carbine isn't single shot, which I don't like, to be honest. There's an audio diary and here's an infusion. Just put it in whatever you like. I think I put a couple in shield and a couple in salt. Health, I mean, we don't need that. That's fine. I'm on easy. So this is not one of the turrets. Obviously it's already destroyed, but there is one down these stairs. Don't possess it, as tempting as it is. If they kill it, sorry, it doesn't count. You need to finish it. See, I do like the sound of this Tommy gun better than the machine gun, but I don't like the carbine, which is a shame because that was my favourite weapon in the main game. Never mind, gold bar under here, so get that. You want to get that money. And then lockpick in this toolbox here, so make sure you get that. Don't want to. We need 6, and they are pretty rare or hard to spot, at least some of them. So you don't want to be having to backtrack and try and find them. Another piece of gear, not particularly interesting to be honest. And then we're going to get out of here and move on. We just have to stop, don't we? Even though I know I've checked those already, I have to recheck them. It's just habit. So there are people, there will be an ambush as you leave. Or not really an ambush, but more people. Like, possession in this one is kind of not needed on this difficulty. I know I did it there, but it's just easier to kill them yourself. I try it again later, because I didn't use it in my practice, so I was trying to use it in this one. It's just not necessary. You're not using it on the turrets either, because you need to destroy them yourself. That was a nice kill. Can't get round to him though. I've got to go the long way. Is there such a thing as a nice kill? Probably not, really. Here's another lockpick. There. So we're back up. We're up to 3. We can open the secret door. We just need 3 more so we can open up the safe as well. Kind of stuck up here. There we go. So there seems to be some sort of civil war or something going on up here. They're all attacking each other. I'm not sure exactly, because they're all splicers, so I don't know what's going on. So yeah, this is basically Bioshock 1 and 2 with their infinite skin over the top. So everything is the same as it was in the first 2. Another piece of gear, nice and obvious this one. Pretty good one to have. It's the increased damage on subsequent kills. I believe that all of the gear is actually the same this time around, as it was a bit randomized in the main game, but you should be getting the same stuff as I do. And we're going to get turret number 3. Probably could have just blown that barrel up. That would have been quicker, but again, on easy, so it doesn't really matter. Right, into the haberdashery. What a fun word to say. Yet another turret in the back of this place. Gotta check him. Yeah, the money's in kind of weird. It's all sort of attached to items rather than just being money this time. So you can find shoes and things. There are occasionally you just get the random money, but it's kind of shoes and things like that. There's number 4. And then we get another piece of gear. I'm going to hope that Elizabeth doesn't block us in the changing rooms again. Yep, and then there's the audio diary in the next one. And a lovely bit of ammo there.
Of my first play, the Herald said, a dead whale has
now we're
washed
free
up
to
the
move on.
Shipboard Theater and stinks a little more with each passing night. The Tribune called my first opera as having the effect of
Yep, she's
cancelling
crouching.
out
There
all
must be someone
Mozart
around.
classics in a single caterwaul. And now, critics take me to task.
Yeah, you gotta wait for the
humanitarian work.
barrel kill.
To find a home for these orphans,
I don't know why I used possession again. Definitely easier just to kill them. Just trying to get some inventive kills in, but it's not. It's just not worth it, because they don't do the execution afterwards, which I'm going to show you here. In the main game, they would just kill themselves afterwards, but it doesn't happen in this one. So there's no use to it at all, really. It's just going to have an extra enemy turn up when you're not expecting it.
Frozen frosties. The jockeys will hand you 1,000 volts as soon as look at you.
You sound sympathetic.
We'll be the first sons of bitches who found an answer.
Just got that little bit of loading up there. And And here we are. So you can see there is going to be, in a moment you see the skyline above me. Kind of unnecessary, I think. She's in the way again. But we're not using it yet. We need to get Shock Jockey, which is later on. That's for the lift that was downstairs. You remember that piece of gear that was in a caged lift area? That's how you get that. You drop down in that lift and it kind of crushes everything. First we're going to go into ladies wear. You've got lots of male splicers sitting round while the female ones are getting changed or trying clothes on. That's what she usually is like in ladies wear sections. Loads of men on their phone. I'm going to head into jewellery here. I'll show you where some more lockpicks are in a minute. There's another 2 in this section if you need them. You should have 3 now if you picked exactly the same ones up as I have. But we need 3 to open the back door in here. Anything that's shining like a magpie. Oh. So yeah, the main reason I'm doing this is because I want to have as much ammo for the radar range later on. Here we go. 3 lockpicks. But you can see there's lots of shiny stuff in there. It is it's worth it as well because money-wise there's some valuable stuff in here as well. Obviously we've got the audio diary, which is the main reason we're in here. Which is it's also going to give us the code for the next door as well. But you can see there's rings and things. Here's another lockpick. Make sure you get that. So we're back up to 1.
Send help. I'm holed up in the shoe storeroom. The code's 0928.
Now there's going to be an infusion outside now. As we go back outside, it's quite obviously a trap because it wasn't there before. But yeah, it's directly in front of your line of sight, and it's this one here. Again, possession. I don't use it again after this because I can realise how useless it is. Yeah, definitely not being careful. I just don't need to be on easy. It's nice just to be wandering around with enemies shooting at you again, rather than hiding behind something all the time. And then we've got the infusion. Obviously, just use it however you wish.
Perfect.
And then we've been locked in, so we couldn't escape.
Fancy putting those lock-picking skills to work?
Okay. Got it.
So now I'll show you where a couple of lockpicks are, just in case you needed them. There's also a turret up here as well. I don't know why they've got boxes. I don't know what that's about. Why they all have these crates on their head. Is that some sort of helmet? Is that what we're doing here? So there is a turret coming up. It's just round here. There we go, halfway there with the turrets. Halfway there with the video almost as well. And then there's a lockpick in here. There it is. Nothing of interest really. A lot of empty stuff. And she's stood in the way again. Guess I'm going over the counter. There is an enemy around because she's alerted, I believe. And here is going to be a code door. He took quite a bit of persuading to go down. See the end of my gun is going red. That's because of the gear I'm using. Every shot is being more powerful. Kills easier. There, it's worn off again. Lockpick. That's number 3. So that's all we need. There are other lockpicks, and there are other safes and things like that but with regards to trophies, that is all we need. I will be showing you where other ones are as well, so we can open up some more saves, get some money. Another door, you can see there's a turret in there, so we've got 0928 on this one. The last audio diary we picked up told us that. Obviously there's gear in here as well, there's a lot in here actually. See, I'm just not bothered, it's great just to be stood around. Lockpick. Yeah, I did that one too quickly here. I'm just going to have to switch because that is a really good piece of gear. It's the quick reload one. So I'm just looking where it is. It's not there. Here we go, there it is. So I'm just going to change that. It is a good one to have, that one. And then we've got the audio diary on the table.
Heartless. That's what this town is. All my audio diaries begging for rescue.
Money's nice and high now. We will be doing upgrades. I'll be doing 2 upgrades to Old Man Winter personally. It's up to you which one you fully upgrade. You could probably do both if you wish. You can also upgrade all other weapons and plasmids, but it's just not necessary. If you're on easy like me, you'll be fine without it. So yeah, Old Man Winter only because it's helpful in the last fight. I'm not going to spoil it just yet, but I'm pretty sure you can guess what it is against. But yes, I won't be spoiling the ending of this. You'll be free to experience that. This is a great... I wish there was a trophy for this because there's a good opportunity to get 4 kills there. I know I didn't, but I don't know why it didn't. Maybe because I threw it too late. It was shielded by the guys at the back. By the guys at the front, should I say. So yeah, I won't be spoiling the ending, so you'll be experiencing that for yourself. I'll be finishing just before that. Now it's time to use the sky rail, skyline. Yeah, it just seems awkward. Why would it be here? That's obviously where we get Old Man Winter in there, but we're not going to do that just yet. We're going to go and get Shock Jockey first. It is optional. You don't need Shock Jockey, but it's going to help opening doors, and yeah, it's just good against enemies as well. Vending machine. In here you can see ammo and stuff like that. And then in the machine next to us is where you upgrade your plasmids. I'm not going to do that just yet. I'll do it on the way out. Once I have Old Man Winter. So going into Fontaine plasmids first. Yep. Got a scrounge.
Looks like the plasmid department is back that way. I'm sure we'd find something useful there.
Elizabeth, little help?
That's a freebie, that one. You don't need an extra lockpick for this because it's kind of story, I suppose.
There you go.
But there is the safe is down here. I'm going to be looking over. There's the safe. That's the one we need to open. Yeah, it's a great piece of gear. This one that improves your damage. Oh, it's just worn off. Never mind. So we're going to open the safe. It has an infusion and an audio diary in it. Obviously we don't need the infusion, but we do need the audio diary.
All done.
And that's it for lockpicks. It's just I found myself scrounging when I was doing the practice, finding them. I didn't have enough initially, so I had to backtrack and go and find them.
You knowingly promoted Old Man Winter with the implication
And here's Shock
it
Jockey.
produced ice, not
It's going to actually open a door in Old Man Winter that is kind of a side room, which has an audio diary and gear in it. So that's why we need Shock Jockey.
2,500.
But you don't need it to actually progress.
I needed somewhere to put Fontaine's button in. Why not shut
It's
down
kind of a
the
side one. We will be getting booking Bronco as well, which is also a side. Plasmid, I'm sticking with Plasmid, they're not biggers.
All those ideas lose their luster when the quarterly
But that's
earnings
later on.
come in and you find the other guys eating their lunch. Either way, Fontaine's dead.
So now it's time to go and get it. You see this reception booth, souvenir stand.
Freezing in here.
Something tells me all that
That's
cold
where it
isn't
is.
just
So
coming
you
from
need it
the ice
to open that up. It also opens up the shortcut. That lift downstairs is a shortcut back to the bottom where we need to freeze the water. So it does open a shortcut as well. One lockpick. It's up to you whether you do it. Don't need to. It's I don't think there's even much money in here, to be honest.
Started getting these shingles all over. Skin's
Yeah, it's just change.
like when a guy's about to lose a limb, you
I
know?
mean, what is it? Yeah, nothing like 50, maybe. Not all that necessary. So you can see we're going to be getting a trophy next, Snowball Effect. That's for freezing 2 enemies with one use of Old Man Winter. We'll be coming back in this exact room to get it, actually. There's a carbine. 4 rounds with a carbine. There's a lockpick, just in case you want it for anything. Carbine, 4 rounds, not very good. We will be getting more for it. But yeah, not very good 4 rounds for a carbine. Especially as it's kind of multi-shot now. As opposed to semi-automatic. So there, you want to try and get rid of him first. He's like an ice blast guy. They're not overly, they're not difficult, especially on this difficulty on easy. See, it's completely useless run out already. Why you just get 4 rounds for it, I don't know. Just slowly take these guys out. There's one more there. Oh, I do like that quick reload. Oh, nearly out. Oh, we've got 1 round left. There is more ammo underneath. Underneath those stairs there. We'll be getting it in a second. So if you do need it, there's carbine ammo under there. There's machine gun ammo or Tommy gun ammo here. But yeah, very simple fight. That's it. And obviously these guys all drop it as well. Those guys later on, the ice guys, will all drop a lockpick. This one doesn't. All the others will. So yeah, loot their bodies. Not that we need them anymore. They just come in handy for a bit of extra money, really.
Can you open this?
Let me see.
Right, here we're going to go and get the Old Man Winter. I'm just going to skip over this little cutscene thing here where we get introduced to Tears again. There we go. Tears will now be a thing in this DLC as well. So yeah, it's pretty standard stuff. Just use it normally. We'll freeze them. Throw a trap. It will have an AoE effect and freeze lots of them. And we just need to capture 2 of them, 2 enemies in 1 use. I actually don't get. I must have gone and got the ammo. I didn't get it in this one. There is ammo underneath where Old Man Winter was. So yes, be aware. Must have been in the practice where I got it. Completely forgotten. So here's 2 guys. Throw it. It's quite a large area. Even got 3. So that's Snowball Effect there. and then we'll also be getting Break the Ice. So I would just use it now. Get the first 5 enemies you come across. Just freeze them
My purpose here is none of your
and kill them.
Consider
And you
me
just
a
need to
means
do
to
that
an
5
end.
times. Very simple stuff.
I told you I'm in collections. An account is in arrears.
Now we're going to get
clients simply
introduced
wanna
to
see matters
Samurai,
set to rights. If
which
you
is,
don't like the arrangement,
I don't know
the
why
Bathysphere's
is it
back
Samurai. I'm not sure, but they're in the game and they're on our side. There we go. So I don't need it yet because I want to get the kills. So there we go. That's number 5. Break the ice. And now I kind of just stop using it because salts are kind of not. I don't want to say rare. You do end up having to buy. I'll go and buy some in a minute actually. But we're not going to have a very large salt bar. So using vigors all the time is not really, or plasmids. Keep forgetting what I'm going to call them. He was playing hide and seek this one. It's not really feasible. It gives us a new one, but then we can't really use it that much. What have we got? 1, 2, 3 uses. I'll go and upgrade it now. I should have bought salt here as well, but I'm buying ammo. Or Eve, should I say? It's not salt here, is it? We're down in Rapture. So there, we're going to upgrade both of these. This is basically what we've saved our money for. Increase the duration. And then an area of effect. And that's it. So we're going to get the fully equipped trophy there for fully upgrading either one. We'll be getting the weapon later on. It is a pretty good weapon actually, I'm not going to lie. It's probably better than the plasmid, you can use it more. Right, here's this lift I was telling you about before. If you're going to use, I've just realised I've got no Eve left. So I'm looking around, there's none, so I'm going to have to go and buy some quickly. So I do apologise about that. I wasn't prepared. I'm thinking about where the next collectible is. Yeah, I don't use too much, I just need one use. So I don't want to use too much money just yet. There we go. So this is going to take us back down to where the we need to freeze the water. Apparently we're just going to leave Elizabeth behind. But yeah, if you jump down and turn around, then you're going to find the gear from earlier on. Gold bar in here as well, so that's handy. That's always good to have. Yep, definitely better than that. So we're going to go into a side room now. This is where we started, this is where we came in. There's a bit of Eve. Lovely. Just the one. So we could have come in here before, but we need to freeze the water to get to the back of this area. So that's why we haven't done it yet. Like so. Another turret in here. I'm not going to use any decoys or anything like that. I'm just going to try and get through here quickly. There's number 7. Bad timing. Any more? Running away. See, the carbine is good with regards to damage and it does hurt. Yeah, obviously damage, it hurts a lot, but I just don't like the fact it's a multi-shot now. It was good, it was perfect as semi-automatic. Buy weapons in there. Unfortunately not the rare weapon, the new one. Infusion. Okay.
Nice.
And then another audio diary, and the shotgun's in here as well. I'm not going to use it yet. I'll pick it up later for the final fight.
Bounce off you, didn't you, Ryan? Well, you ain't made of rubber.
I'll stick with what I've got for now.
Your circus of values.
So you see, this is where you buy the upgrades and things like that. Here's the 2 upgrades for radar range. We can't get that yet. Can't get them yet because we've got no money. I will get the damage one for it, but I don't buy the other one. I completely missed that guy running to the left there, didn't I? Seeing him now as on the replay.
I promise you one thing. I ain't got bullets.
So obvious as well. Right, finally we can move on and use the tram. Some more ammo if you need it. Right, so let's get out of here.
What's she to you? Why risk
So this is where you'll get the going places story trophy as well. Again, I'm going to cut it all out once we actually get on the tram. It's quite a long ride.
You have a reason for every stupid thing you've ever done.
Another piece of gear here. Nope, melee, not bothered. Definitely not better than quick reload. I'm going to show you where another lockpick is, just in case you need it.
Should have known she would have.
How did you lose her?
It's none of your business.
It's over here. But you should be done in this area with regards to lockpicks. Got plenty of them. Just building the money back up because I need to buy ammo for the radar range later, or make sure I've got enough for it because I need to get those 15, or we need to get those 15 chain reaction, not kills, just damage, but it does kill them, especially on this difficulty. It's just going to outright kill enemies. Right, so this is it. So once we hit that lever, or lever, if for my American friends, then yeah, we're just going to leave the area and get to a new place. So I've cut it there, and we're in the new place. We've finally found her, but she's gone. And what we need to do now is shut all of these. I always called them portals. They remind me of like portholes, portals. I don't know what they're called. Air vents. I think they are vents. They refer to them as vents.
It shows there are more vents like this one.
Just got to go through this little intro bit again,
The bistro, returns,
telling me what to do.
the book department, and the appliance chauffeur.
So,
If she's in there, there are only
Okay,
6 vents she
so
can
she's going to
find.
shut that first one. And there's another lockpick.
All these vents are connected to the central heating unit. If we close them off and turn the heat up, she'll be forced out through the central exhaust.
This one's a freebie because we need to
No,
go this way.
hot enough to flush her out.
can't do that.
Look, either we find her or one of those splicers will.
Right, there's an ice guy in here.
Where are the other vents?
Again, they're not difficult.
It's done.
They're vents, they are.
Oh, Mickey just wants to give you a little squeeze.
See, it is good the carbine up close. It does have that multi, so it does do a lot of damage. But I just prefer to have more control over it. Right, I'll stop going on about that now anyway. Right, vent. Make sure you shutting them as we go,
2 down. Where 2 down?
because that's how you're basically finishing the story. Lockpick. They will have lockpicks on them now. We're going to get an audio diary, which is in the lift here, which is going to give us the code to the next one. It's actually it's going to give us the code to the radar range weapon. Before we do that, we're just going to go and get booking Bronco plasmid. Don't need to get it if you don't want to, so don't worry. Just freeze the water, gets you across here. I've got weirdly stuck here. I'm walking really slowly. I don't know why, but I can't concentrate on shooting him because I'm doing weird movement. I don't remember that from the practice. I thought the ice was going to thaw out, but it doesn't. I'm not actually sure why he's here as well. He wasn't here on my practice, so different. I think he's supposed to be here as you leave We're going to go into a diner, this bistro here. He should be there then. So I'm going to do the upgrade here for more damage on the radar range. It's just going to help get that trophy. More damage is always good. And then stock up on any ammo you need. I'm going to be getting rid of the carbine. Just keeping the Tommy gun. It's definitely the best gun in this DLC. Might as well use booking Bronco while we've got it. Yep, so we're nearly done. Very short DLC. It's like we're just getting started and then it ends. I know it's episode 1 of 2, but episode 2 is played differently, especially for trophies. It's like a stealth DLC. So yeah, it just feels like we're just getting started and then this one ends, which is a shame. Yeah, that crate, should I say, didn't really help you. Here's the vent, so make sure you shut that. That's what you need to do to continue on.
Halfway there.
Don't need that. Audio diary on the counter. And then we're going to get the radar range, which is in this locked room behind us. 3958 is the code.
What is that thing in there?
It's a radar range.
Just can't help myself. I just have to look in the shiny things. There it is.
Door's gotta
It's a really weird weapon.
way to get in without knowing what it is.
It basically is like a microwave. You cook the enemies until they explode, which we're going to demonstrate here. So as soon as they glow red like that, you can stop and they will explode and take out any other nearby enemies. It's pretty damn fun to use. So now we're going to be getting these the kills for having enemies get damaged by this from an enemy exploding. This can be farmed later on, but I do it without it. You should be able to as well. I'm just going to get these two together. It's not necessary to do this. I'm just trying to get these two together so that they were melee ones, so they will group. You see the reach on that thing, it's crazy. But it does use ammo very quickly. So we're going to have to keep stocked up so we can get that trophy done. Bit of a blip there, I was obviously reading my notes. So if there are just single enemies, then don't use it. Conserve your ammo. There we go. See how good that range is on that thing. So there's just one guy here, I'm not going to use it on him. Save ammo. But yeah, we've already got, what was it, 5 or 6? 5 or 6 of them done already. I'm just going to go and top up ammo while we're here. There's a vending machine up here. So yeah, it is fairly cheap, but you want to make sure you've got plenty of money so you can buy it. You don't want to be running out, because you don't. There is some places where you find some, but you don't find too much of it. Come on, there we go. Another hidden loading screen. So there is also a trophy for, it's called Cook and Serve, which I'm going to get in a moment, which is for just making 5 enemies explode. There we go. You're obviously naturally going to get that going for chain reaction. You're going to see there's a couple of enemies down here, so I'm going to use the gun here. And there is a turret to the left. The explosion's going to take the turret out as well. I'm just going to show you where it is. So this is turret number 8 here. So just be aware of that. you will probably do exactly the same thing as I just did and take it out there. Here's another lockpick. Door. We do actually need to get in this one.
Done.
So yeah, it is just one. It's a cheap one, so you should have more than enough. Yeah, it seemed like a bit of a violent murder. That one is just a woman on her own in a clothes shop, but unfortunately she was a splicer. So I'm going to cycle through now because that's good. It's the one I'm using with the damage, but I like the sound of elemental ammo, so we're going to take that. And pick up audio diary number 15. Only 2 more to go now. So yes, I do apologise. I said earlier on that they don't need lockpicks for anything else. We did. Just one though. So yeah, there are more lockpicks. Yeah, and there's also a safe as well. So yeah, there's going to be a bunch of guys out here. You can see I'm up to 10 already. At least. I think it only counts up to certain ones, so it could be 11 or 12. But there was a nice guy here, so you can lockpick there if you need it. I'm going to open that safe in a moment. I'm just going to pick this audio diary up. Just one more of those to go. Close this vent, so we don't have to come back.
Next one.
Yep, it's complete. This one's completely optional. I think it's just money in this one. Yeah, so you got the gold bar. There's a lot of money, but again, not really needed at this point anyway. If you've got over 100, you're fine. You should have all the upgrades and things done. Don't really need to upgrade anything else. There we go. Bit of shock ammo. That's pretty cool. So this one wouldn't cook. I don't know what was up. I don't know if elemental ammo is actually taking over. I'm not quite sure, but that one does. Again, there is going to be a place where you can farm the kills if you want. There's a checkpoint and then a load of guys come flying through a door. Here's turret number 9. Just one more to go. And there's another vent. I think this is the penultimate one. Just one more to go after this.
There should be one more.
And it's just outside of this bookshop actually. So maybe this DLC was a lot more difficult on the harder difficulties, but there's no need to do it, so why make it more difficult than we need to? But it just seems like there's lots of redundant things in it. All the tears and things. Obviously we're on 1999 mode, it's probably a lot different. Right, so I'm going to stock up on radar range ammo. This will be the last time we use it, or I use it anyway. Stock up on Tommy gun because that's what I'm going to be using, along with the shotgun. Just check for anything while Elizabeth's looking in here. This is going to be the last one we close.
Get the rest of these vents sealed. It's the only
See, there's just what we're on, 6 minutes, 7 minutes. Nearly done.
It's the last one.
Where's the exhaust?
In the totem hole.
Elizabeth?
Okay.
So you've got 2 options with regards to farming kills with the radar range. You can use this checkpoint, like it checkpointed once we shut here, and you walk in. There's quite a few guys here. They're a bit more spread out this time round though. But yeah, you see I've got a chain reaction. So I'm done with that. You can use this checkpoint, but if you don't kill all the enemies. Just shoot those first ones at the far right. The next one's probably a better choice. See, I've killed them all. I've got another checkpoint there. So I'm gonna look. I'm looking around for another weapon now because I don't want this for the final. I wanted a carbine, but apparently that wasn't going to happen. It just took the ammo. I wanted to switch it, but it wouldn't let me. I can't pick up that pistol, which is also weird. But I can pick up this shotgun here. So I guess we're going with a shotgun. There is some some more radar range ammo here. Again, I can't pick that pistol. I'm not sure what's going on there. So this is the way out. We're going to help. We're going to try and open this door up. We're going to help Elizabeth up into the vent to the left of us, and then a lot of guys are going to come in through the door where we came in. So if you run up with the radar range and use it straight away, you're going to get a lot of kills with it. I'm not going to use it because I don't have it anymore, but I'll show you where it is. So yeah, so we've got a checkpoint now. So if you run up here, a lot of guys are going to run there. You can see them going through the door. So if you run up, you use the radar here, you're just going to wipe out a whole load of guys. There is a nice guy here as well. Not too much problem, but you can see it didn't checkpoint once I'd killed them all. So it is probably a better option. But yeah, it's up to you. Either one, doesn't really matter. There is another. Again, he was not here in practice, so I don't know where he's come from. There just seem to be random enemies that weren't here in my practice. So I'm just going to stock up on ammo because I know the final fight's coming up in a moment, in like 3 minutes. We've just got to get the last audio diary, the last turret, and that's it. With regards to trophies you need to worry about, we'll just get the last burial at sea trophy as well, but that happens once you finish the story, the DLC. You're not going to see me get that because I'm going to cut just before the ending, so you can experience that for yourself. So here we go, freeze that. This is a sort of a side area. Another lockpick here, just in case you need it for anything. Audio diary number 17. Gear number 10. Not needed though, so. Not particularly bothered, whatever. The coffee jar. So there is a turret down here. It's behind it's to my right, behind me now. It was to my right. It spotted me. It didn't spot me in the practice, so I don't know why it spotted me this time, but not that time. So I was just having a look around first, but it is a rocket one. So destroy that. That's number 10. Obviously, like I said, if you need to farm them, you can just use the same turret over and over again. And yeah, that's it. So essentially all we're doing is just finishing this off. I'll show you the final fight. It's easy. Well, it is on easy. So yeah, just one enemy. I'm sure you know what it is. So we're running back. We're running down now. It's not going to happen straight away. We need to force, I think, is it Sally?
No sign of her. Looks like we'll need to turn
We need to get her to come
off
out of the
the
vents. So we're going to do the weirdest thing ever and turn the heat up. Yeah, so that's basically going to do most of the work. We've got a... Weirdly, there's a Patriot down here. Okay. Don't know why, but there is.
It's the only way to bring her to us. If you won't do it, I will. Just give me the word.
So I'm going to turn up the heat.
What?
Turn the goddamn thermostat up.
And force the poor girl out.
We need to get back to the exhaust before we lose the girl again.
we go. That's pretty bad.
I told you she's coming.
We'll go back to this first one, which is the only open one left. And then she's going to appear. I'm going to grab her. Or try to.
Sally, come on. I'm gonna get you out of here. Sally! Come out here right now!
But because she is a little sister, that means there's a big daddy. And this is a cool moment, actually. Yeah, very easy fight. Use either Shock or Old Man Winter. Get the Patriot to help you and just keep spamming it. I have the elemental ammo as well, so that seems to be freezing him and electrocuting him at the same time. So he's frozen again. I wasn't using that. Yeah, basically once you kill him, it's the end. Go and grab Sally out the vent, and that's the end of this DLC. Right, so you should have all the trophies at this point, apart from the final story trophy, and once the credits are finished, or started, should I say, then you'll get that. Right, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.